Mark Pocan grills Secretary McMahon. What's Elon Musk really doing in the Department of Education? Her answer will shock you.
Thank you, Madam Secretary. No, I think it's my question time, if I can.
They'll
start the clock. I just don't want to lose my clock.
Oh.
And if we could do short-term answers rather than long-term ones too, that'd be helpful, just because I got a lot I'd like to talk about. Let's talk about waste, fraud, and abuse a little more, about Doge. So you fired 1,300 people. Another 600 people took Elon Musk's deferred resignation offer. Did you fire the people, or did Doge fire the people? I'm not completely clear on that.
Most of that restructuring happened under the acting.
Short-term, did you fire or did Doge fire?
Well, I'm going to tell you who I fired.
I know, that's why I'm trying to get short-term questions. It's
short-term,
one or the other, right?
You're using our time.
Yeah.
So most of that was done before I came on board. However,
Doge.
the decisions in the department I run the department. Doge does not run the
Okay,
department.
so you didn't answer the question. Did you fire them or did Doge? It's real simple.
A good majority of that happened before I came on board.
Okay, by a good majority, 2/3, 3/4?
But yes, I'd say.
Okay, fair. Okay. And how many times did you meet with Elon Musk?
I've
about
met
firing?
with Mr. Musk probably 3 to 4 times now.
Okay.
Not including when I was on the transition committee and had several opportunities to speak with him.
Sure. And then if I understand it right, on your Department of Education employee roster, you have right now at least is about 16 Doge employees. Is that correct right now, working with you?
I can get back to you to the exact number. I don't think it's that high. But we
Okay.
do have, they are employees. Those that we have are employees of the federal
And when
government.
you did their background checks to see how they're qualified about education, how many had undergraduate degrees and how many had graduate degrees in
I
education?
can get back to you on that.
Okay, so you don't know offhand?
No.
Did you ask that question?
No.
No, okay. Did you ask if any of them were teachers previously?
I did not interview those people that are part of
Okay.
the Doge group.
And did you ask if any of them worked in schools? Did you know if they were
Actually, I had a
asked?
conversation with one of them yesterday who did have a background in education, technology education, and had worked across several different aspects and was really schooling me a little bit on some of the AI things that we could bring in.
So one of them had good background, good. Any of them work in universities that you know of prior?
I don't know.
Okay. Fair enough. So part of my concern is, I know yesterday there was this big splash, Elon Musk is stepping back. We call that horse hockey where I come from, right? We know it's not real. He's in the back closet. I understand you guys don't want his, front and center, but he's still in the room. And he's still making a lot of these decisions. And that's the real problem that I have is, you've got a bunch of folks that he brought in that you've admitted you didn't hire, you don't know their backgrounds, if they have anything in education, yet they're helping you fire half of your employees right now. And I'm really concerned about that. Do you know if any of them have requested or gained access to any sensitive data held by the department, including student loan borrower data?
Well, as government employees now, they have been vetted through the same process than any other government employee would. And so what access would be granted to other government employees they
Okay,
have.
That's fine. And then do you know the number of people that you've had to reinstate of those fired?
It's about 74.
About
Yeah.
74. So how did that happen? Because, I've been an employer for 37 years. The dumbest thing I could possibly do is fire someone just to rehire them, right? Because you've given them no job security. It's like beyond stupid, right? Not saying that because you didn't do it. Clearly, it sounds like this is from Elon Musk. But how did that happen, that people got fired and no one thought of you might need them in your department?
Some of that did happen when I returned.
Okay.
Now, I was in the private sector. I have done restructuring in firms, and it's painful to do that.
Yeah. But
And
fire people to rehire them?
Well, here's the thing.
Like usually that's not a strategy.
When
right?
you are restructuring in a company, you hope that you're just cutting fat. Sometimes you cut a little in the muscle, and you realize it as you're continuing with your programs, and you can bring people back to do that.
Yeah,
So
or
that's
you
what
can
we
plan
did.
ahead and not fire people to rehire them, right? That would be another strategy that I think is more often used. Would you agree?
Well, I'm saying that I have been on both sides of that coin, and I found them both to be effective.
Okay, interesting. We have a different perspective on that, but maybe the world of all-star wrestling is different than my world of business to business. You talked about, I agree with you, about contracts enriching private contractors at public expense. Does Elon Musk have any contracts with the Department of Education?
First of all, I just
It's a simple question, please.
Not
Just
that I
because of
know
my
of.
time, I have 38 seconds, please,
Well,
Madam
I don't know
Secretary.
if he does or not.
You don't know if Elon Musk has any contracts in your department, and you've met with him multiple times?
Elon Musk doesn't have contracts in my department,
So Department of Education, there are no contracts with any Elon Musk company. That's what I'm asking.
not to my knowledge.
Okay. All right. You want to check a blue card real quick, or are you pretty sure of that?
I said not to my knowledge.
Okay.
If I find out differently, I'll be happy to get back to you.
All right. And just in the last few seconds I have, just real quick on private schools getting public dollars, just so you know, something like 3/4 of the students that wind up going into those schools already attend those schools, and they're getting tax money. So if we get rid of the Department of Education, should we put the private voucher program under Ways and Means because it's really more of a tax benefit than an education benefit?
Well, I'm happy to get back to you on that as to how we restructure the Department of Education going forward and how those programs are handled.
Great. Appreciate it. Thank you, Madam Secretary.
You're welcome.
Mark Pocan's questioning of Secretary Linda McMahon shines a glaring light on a problem many Americans have been quietly worrying about: private influence in public institutions. The discussion about Elon Musk's presence in the Department of Education whether direct or indirect, raises serious concerns about accountability, transparency, and proper oversight. Even though McMahon insists that the employees brought in by Musk were vetted, and that no contracts exist with his companies, the fact that Pokin had to press repeatedly for clarity shows just how murky the situation is. Americans want to know, who's making the decisions that affect public schools, federal funding, and student data? The larger story here isn't just about Musk. It's about the increasingly cozy relationship between private billionaires and public institutions. Restructuring, layoffs, and rehiring in the department, allegedly influenced by Musk's team, underscores the risks of having private actors shape public policy without full transparency. At a time when education is central to our nation's future, questions about competence, background checks, and proper oversight can't be brushed aside. Pokin's insistence on getting concrete answers is exactly the kind of accountability that's needed. Americans deserve to know who's really calling the shots in their schools. The takeaway? Transparency isn't optional when public trust and taxpayer money are on the line. This hearing is a wake-up call for anyone who assumes private influence doesn't affect public education. And the debate is far from over.